Year, everybody. It is Tuesday, January 2nd. I am still at Lake Greenwood, although we are leaving today. My husband actually left earlier to go to work, go to his office, and Janie and I are still here. She stirred a little bit earlier. She'll get up in a little bit. And we're gonna clean the house before we go. I'm washing some sheets and towels right now, and I'll get that done, and we'll give the house kind of a good cleaning before we leave, and then we'll be heading back home. The Christmas decorations here we put away last night. I said there is something to be said for minimalist Christmas decorating. We had it all put away in like 20 minutes, including bringing two boxes, one for the tree, one for the other stuff, 2 boxes up and taking them back down. Piece of cake. We took down the stuff at home actually early, right before we came up here. We decided we would just go ahead and pack it all away so that we wouldn't be facing that when we came home from here, in addition to the fact that we've got most of a work week between now and when we could do it. So yeah, my husband normally doesn't work Fridays, but he is this month, and it just kind of limited the number of days that we had available to get the stuff at home put away. I don't know if I've mentioned, he is going on a mission trip to India the end of this month, and yeah, he's working some extra days in his office so that he can afford to take some time away a little bit later. So I will tell you what I've been doing while I've been up here. It isn't much, but I did finish these socks. I actually had these finished before we came up here. I think I haven't blocked them. I think they need blocking, but these are the 24 stripe Advent socks from, I can't remember. If I think of it, I'll put something down here. Knit something. Isn't that pretty? Ah, so pretty. I'm trying to decide if I regret not using the yellow. I think I had enough. I probably would have had enough, but I'm actually pretty happy with this because I've got the heel and the toe, and they're both done. So what happened was I did these toe up. If you're watching Vlogmas, you would know, because I kept up with this pretty well. So I got to here. This was, which one? This kind of rust color was the last stripe, the 24th stripe. And so I did, and going back to those first 3 colors, I did those 3. And I didn't worry about where I was in the round. Like I didn't wait till I got to the end of the round. Just when I got back to the red, this one, that's when I started the bind off. So only the bind off is in that red. And it's not perfect. It's not like perfectly clean there. But what I did, I bound off as normal, and it's pretty good. I think that's stretchy enough. But the last couple of stitches, I took a crochet hook and I did a crocheted bind off. It ends up the same, like you wouldn't be able to look at it afterward and tell that one was crocheted and one was a regular bind off. But I went over to where I could crochet into the first stitch of the bind off, and that made it, I think, a little bit cleaner. It's right in there. Can you see that? It's not great, but it's not bad, because it definitely was leaving a noticeable gap because of the color change. And so yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that bind off. This is the other one. I don't know if you can see. How's that? Sort of. Anyway, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's cute. And honestly, who's going to be looking that closely anyway? Keep away from my feet. Who do you think you are? All right. The other thing that I've done, I worked like 2 rows on the trifle wrap. I just did not have it in me while I was up here. But what I did do was work on this. I'm almost done with the first sock. This is the Hypnotic Yarn. Is this Hypnotic Yarn? Yes. The Hypnotic Yarn Christmas Eve cast on yarn. Is that right? Yeah. And the pattern is It is a particular pattern. It's a really simple texture, but somebody else did the math for me. It is from Corrine Walcher, and it's called, drum roll please, while I flip through my pages to find it, Another One for the Road Socks. Okay, I can show you this. And it's a really simple texture, and the idea is it's good road trip knitting. So that was what I had brain power for while I was up here, and like I said, I got through most of it. I'm on the decreases. I started the decreases last night. I started to do Something About Joy from, I think it's Crazy Sock Lady. It's a new pattern. I started to do that one, but it had a nice texture one. I don't think it was something I couldn't do. I just thought, I don't think I want to learn how to do a new thing right now. I think it was the stitch pattern was slightly different, and there was like a video to show how to do it, and I thought if it needs a video to show people how to do it, I probably don't feel like doing that right now. The bag it's in was from a couple years ago. I think I used this for something else. Did I use this for the other socks? Anyway, it's Nutcracker fabric. I bought it when I was doing the PK Yarn Advent set 2 years ago. That was her theme, and I made my own bag for that. Okay, that's all the knitting. Oh, I'm wearing my Wyeth cardigan. I don't know if you can see very well. It's got the kind of the arrow texture. I wear this one quite a bit, actually. Okay, the other thing is not knitting related, but I'll share it with you anyway. Picked up a magazine, which was outrageously expensive, but I really have enjoyed it. Cozy Cottage Style. I don't know who it's published by. Hoffman Media. I don't know what else they do, but anyway, 2024. And there's just some gorgeous stuff in here. Like this, look how pretty this kitchen is. One thing I told my husband I noticed, our kitchen cabinets at home, not here, but at our house, go all the way to the ceiling now. That was something I really wanted. And I had several people like, well, that's just wasted space. You can't reach it. And I thought, it's wasted space now because I still can't reach it, and it gets dirty and I can't reach it to clean it. So I actually like having it go all the way to the ceiling better. I understand if you have like 14-foot ceilings, probably not, but our ceilings are 9 feet at home. Isn't it pretty? See, these go all the way to the top. I'm not crazy. Well, not because of that. What else? There was a couple other things in here. Oh, the seating. I'm not a huge fan of the like denim-y blue that much. I mean, I love blue, but I feel like that's a little much. But I like that seating arrangement with a couple of chairs there and a couple of oversized chairs here, it looks like. Is that right? Yeah. So anyway, I was really enjoying studying this and talking about various seating arrangements. We've been kind of talking about that. I really like our sofa at home. It's a sectional, but there's no recliners or anything like that. It's just basically an L-shaped sofa plus an oversized chair. But my husband's not all that crazy about it. He misses having a recliner. So we're kind of, I don't know that we can, if we want to spend the money on that this year, but we'll see. That's why I was getting interested in that. The other thing I started reading is a new Patricia Cornwell, Unnatural Death. This is a Kay Scarpetta novel. Patricia Cornwell. She's kind of an interesting follow on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. And anyway, if you're not familiar with this series, she's been writing this series for quite a long time. And the main character is a medical examiner. So yeah, and I think, if I remember correctly, Patricia Cornwell worked for a medical examiner's office. Her first novel was Postmortem in 1990. She worked at the office of the chief medical examiner in Richmond, Virginia. So yeah, so she grew up in Montreat, North Carolina, and now lives and works in Boston, born in Miami. So if you're interested in not a cozy mystery, this is, I would say it's kind of in between. It's not, I haven't read one of her books in a while. They're not usually like gruesome. It's much more clinical than that. That's the way I kind of remember them. But I wouldn't call it a cozy mystery. It's not like an amateur sleuth, and it's not Agatha Christie where you don't really get into the nitty gritty too much. You do in these. But anyway, so reading Patricia Cornwell's Unnatural Death. Well, I think that's about it for what I have to talk about right now. I'm going to try to get a little bit of just some pictures around the lake and I don't know, maybe some of what I'm doing today, but it's really good to visit with you. I'm going to attempt to get on a more regular video schedule for this year. I'm hoping for Tuesdays. That usually works out to be a pretty good day for me to have a block of time to work on it. So I'll hope to visit with you some during this year. All right, everybody, I hope you're having a great new year, and I will see you soon.